Okay, at the beginning of this video today, I want to do a shout out to the Economic Ninja. Stumbled onto this guy a while ago. He puts out a lot of content, and I really like the angle that he comes at things from. And in a recent video in particular, he said something that, well, it's kind of up the alley, same thought process that I've been kind of heading down, which is, and he says it really well. I'm going to link it down in the description here. It's about 16 minutes into his video. He says something to the effect of, I mean, with a little bit of education, that's, I added that, but with a little bit of education, you're the best caretaker of your finances, of your money. Like offloading this responsibility to other people. And I've been circling around this idea a little bit and beating around the bush about it, but I'm just going to come right out and say it. If you're not the caretaker of your own money, then you're responsible for that. By putting it in the hands of other people that in reality you don't really know what their capabilities are, because we don't ask those questions, really, do we? Don't ask about performance necessarily. We're a little too polite to ask how good somebody is at what they do. So we buy into their credentials. Well, there's my plaque on the wall, right? I have a degree. Well, what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. So, and I'm here to tell you that, most people that manage money, they put it in a box and then they go and they're salespeople. They're not managing your money. Well, if you want to call managing it putting in a box and then saying, well, we have caretakership of your box, well, that's money management for the most part. True money management, I believe only you can do for yourself. So this is going to cause people to have to dig in and understand things. And I did a recent video where I alluded to, if you don't understand a financial term, look it up. Really, take the time now. Don't be intimidated. Look it up. So you don't understand it right now. This is the journey of 1,000 miles begins with what? A single step, right? So take the steps. Particularly going forward here, there's going to be no rules. There's an old expression in the finance industry, the four most dangerous words are "this time is different." But I've heard several pretty solid analysts say kind of hesitantly, well, in a way, this time is kind of different. We have the everything bubble, stocks, bonds, real estate, all in a bubble. So that's an issue. But getting back to what Economic Ninja said, and have a listen to that guy, by the way. I'm really enjoying his stuff. He does a lot of really short clips focusing on single aspects of the financial industry. And that's what I'm all about. I'm cherry picking specific things that I'm looking at because all of these things are indicators of where we're going. And another thing he said in that video that, and he said many times in others, to do with people that you trust in the financial industry, for example, real estate agents, for example. So about 2 years ago, I was standing uptown at the CIBC waiting in line, and everybody's got their masks on, and 15, 20 minutes waiting just to get into access the cash machine at the time. And I was standing beside this woman, and she said something to me. We struck up a conversation. It turned out she was a real estate agent. So, of course, she was, I guess, on 35 years old, maybe. And so I'm looking at her age. I'm looking at me, 61, 60. And I'm thinking, good chance that she's only been at this a while. So I said, well, how long have you been an agent? She said 5 years. I said, oh, okay. I said, what do you think about the impending real estate collapse or financial collapse? And she said, what? A financial collapse? What do you mean? So it was kind of a test question. I kind of knew. Judging by her age, I assumed that she hadn't been in the industry long. And I said, do you remember '08? And she goes, well, yeah, I guess. What do you mean about '08? Well, if I have to tell you, if you're in real estate and you're dealing with money, and I have to mention why I'm mentioning '08, that's a red flag right there. So I knew right there, as soon as I mentioned '08, I shouldn't have to tell you the financial collapse of '08. Just if you're a money guy and we're on that subject, it's kind of, you should just pick up the cue and go, oh, well, in '08, da-da-da-da-da. Because anybody I know that knows about that financial collapse, and we're discussing money currently, and I mention '08, it's kind of, I don't have to mention the financial collapse. So this was a red flag. So we had this quick conversation, and I definitely sort of scared her a little bit, I would say. with some of the statistics and some of the concepts that I made mention of '08 and how we really didn't solve anything back then. I mean, all those financial problems just kind of got covered up and padded. They padded all the sharp corners on it and bailed out a bunch of the bigger institutions and then just continued on lending. And so all that's really happened as a result is that we've taken the bubble higher and the pop is going to be louder. So again, same old message, folks. I'm going to keep hammering on it until somebody benefits from it. All I'm looking for is a thank you. You know what I mean? Somebody to come up and tap me on the shoulder and say thank you. In fact, I got a thank you from somebody the other day and it made all the difference. We do all these things because if you're the type of person I am, I didn't always know this stuff. And when I discovered the things that I needed to put my finances on track and to get my life heading in the right direction, you can only benefit from knowing this stuff. And I like teaching it to others. I like dispensing that knowledge and people coming back and saying how much it's helped them. I get a lot of happiness out of that. So, you know what? Take the time to educate yourself, folks. Bottom line. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. See you next time.